So I am one person. I've always watched the Public Accounts Committee, right? Because there are always interesting stories from that angle. The recent one I call viral has to do with the Ministry of Defense. I just say about procurement office no. Procure 6 Suzuki vehicles for 4.8 million Ghana cedis. Now, so summary, you vehicles that you home. Name of you issue receipts. Say yensa aka vehicles no. I gossip 24. Message so be me a subscriber to so no click the bell notification icon. So now if you follow your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at gossip24.com and gossip24 TV. Now minimum sika here person send it amount of I hope send 4.8 million Ghana cedis. But regardless no social video from USA, from Canada, from UK, from Europe, from Australia, from Germany. Baby, I'll share video from you. I'll bet me send this car using Tap Send app. No app ni available on App Store, any Play Store. You hear it, so be download the app no. And there are 2 phones so. Unto SKB registration a free or register. Use reference code J24. Or send this car so use reference code J24. Now you should so. Now you go straight to the story. But if you are interested in more revelations from the Public Accounts Committee, just drop it in the comment section because there are hot stories from that side. I am sure say a lot of people don't come across, but we do. It's here come. So, Papa who knows skin see, Mr. Frank Oliver Podo. Now, currently, Mr. Frank Oliver Podo, a procurement officer, our Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, but previously, no, until May 2025, no. Now, Mr. Frank Oliver Podo, a procurement officer for Ministry of Defense. This was serving or for 7 solid years. So, what happened? What happened? They say in December 2024, Ministry of Defense, no, and a company be IFN Global Supplier Network, going into a contract say ahead of December 2024 elections, no, Ministry no cars, the Ministry no cars be a say Suzuki SUVCB, and the Ministry no here, ain't no more back 6. Ain't not just about cost Ministry no 4.8 million Ghana cedis. Ain't Ministry no at the receipt. Ministry of Finance say, yes, I can cars back 60 and if global supply network on here, per se, can cost here 4.8 million Ghana cedis.
We are being told that an amount of 4.8 million was processed to the BTA stage and was rejected because the vehicles to be supplied under that particular contract had not been delivered to the ministry. However, stores received advice dated October 12 had been signed or had been issued, indicating that the ministry was in possession of the vehicle. I'm sure you can identify the person who signed the stores received advice. Is the person here with you today?
Yes, the former procurement director can speak to that.
Okay.
Now, so what's here? Rundown from Public Accounts Committee now. No much more. A copy more Ministry of Finance. No, now Ministry of Finance check here. Now they say cars be a new horse. Now, according to procurement officer Mr. Frank Oliver Kodoi, no chemu say, oh, no inspect cars. Now me say, Papa. Oh, kasa to was I say your voice is shaky. Also, you are inspect cars. In fact, Global Supply Network for a deliver cars by more inspect cars.
Respectfully, Mr. Chairman, the vehicles were duly delivered by the supplier with the relevant document, and the team was constituted comprising procurement, transport, audit, and store. We inspected the vehicles and were found to have met all the required specifications. Based on that, we initiated the process for the payment, for the release of funds from the Ministry of Finance for the payment of the vehicles.
Now, Mr. Frank Oliver Kodos also pointed out another thing, say, stores receipt advice, no, I just say, Omoka say, Ministry of Finance rejected. In fact, Auditor General for a mistake. Almost say 12 October and also they be 10th December 2024. And there was
the store receipt advice, which is mentioned there, was never dated 12 October 2024. The instrument was dated 10th December 2024, after the delivery of the vehicles in the inspection. Thank you.
You would ask, what did the ministry need these cars for? Now, ministry no achiwa. No more yasa cars, sa SUVC for the election, some may monitoring. Now, so later, border Ghana, border Sonia, the no matter check you. And we see na tosa Suzuki for cars, and the Ababe said, SUVs, and Mkakoto, and the Ababe said, so the question went back to the auditor, said, okay, Mokoya no Moko who cars na what is this? Because procurement officer they point out say Mokra a mistake with the dates. Now, according to auditors, no much time a omo call ho ekokoye audit no eka so omo person mu inspect vehicles no. Na vehicles bia any ho for them to inspect. Omo afọ me say who car
on field. So I'm not sure when the deliveries came, when the vehicles were received, and the committee that really did the inspection. But we had requested, because this matter came up during the SAGA conference at Defense Ministry's conference room. Yeah, so I'm not sure about this. If it's
so do you have a copy of the dated SRA advice slip? Do you have a copy of that?
We're checking from our records.
Yes.
It's a honor. Now was a committee be catch auditors. So they okay. Almost my friend said dates na my mistake. More checking say dates no and match here. Now more my feedback. But before then no, I was say I call back to the procurement officer. Enjoy the more call back to procurement officer no. And on beside procurement officer and say okay. Sisi no cars no we hefa. Cars no wo ho. Ana say eni mo ho. I hope you will not procurement officer the voice is shaking. Mr. Pa, two bus na you question no.
Mr. Chairman, the vehicles were not at the ministry at the time the auditors arrived. This is because somewhere in January, the supplier came heavily on us that he had information that they were not going to pay for the vehicles, and so demanded to take the vehicles away.
Now, all you question, no. That is a Mr. Franco Livakodo Chemu say, at the time our auditors nearby no mama beto cars no because say supplier no e deliver cars no and more inspect cars no e issues our stores received advice and they come Ministry of Finance or mutual supplier they can. Na supplier na sa afa beje cars no because na supplier ni so more Ministry of Defense no so mo SAGA cars ni we are omunchia or no supplier ne can.
So we considered the issue that to release the vehicles to the supplier and then bound him to keep them for us by extending the contract. Because at the time...
With whose authority did you do this?
So what did he do? Or advising management? Say, osre, ebeya komu extend the supplier and the contract. No, say, na enu ye weduma. Enu de enye weduma. Una obetu management for.
Well, it was advice I give to management.
You,
since, yes,
in your capacity as?
Well, it was advice I give, like, this is the request from the supplier.
A whole military institution. In your capacity as? What's your role, please?
Yo, or be able to say obetu management for because no person avoid the judgment debt. What I said, Ghana has a winner or my Ghana, yeah, the judgment debt above my Ghana because of 6 vehicles that cost you a minor. I also a 4.8 million Ghana cedis per. They be annuity no percent can management extending into to management for some more extended contract no now buying the supplier no into supplier the bet me keep no kopim say Ghana Ministry of Defense benyeska ediatua supplier ne ka no nanka supplier no keep can the Ministry of Defense
the whole Ministry of Defense.
Mr. Chair, it was an advice I give to management that under the circumstance, if the vehicles are kept and we are not able to pay for them, yeah, it may lead to judgment debt for us. But it's an option that we can explore. That is, we extend the validity of the contract so that the supplier will keep the vehicles for us at such a time that the ministry has the money to pay.
Now, and at the viral moment, and I said the viral clip who social media so next time from Honorable Roxanne ebisa a question. Say, anti procurement officer, sisi a cast no wo na year no. E ho procurement officer no ba say, oh, sisi an ought to me jire mu say cast. No, Honorable, I be not say sorry. Me have a crash, one and only cast. Say but where yes or no, car no wo and na say car ni wo. Was what to me year no say yes or no. And then I post there the my here.
Are the vehicles available now?
I know which the contract has expired. And so the vehicles
Are the vehicles available? That was the question.
For now.
Yes or no, please. And then you can explain. Are the vehicles available?
No, which
Respectfully, are the vehicles available? Yes, they are available. No, they are not available.
It's difficult to say yes and no because...
No, respectfully, sir, we are not joking here. This is a serious matter. You are questioning what the auditors have put in this report. And we are giving you the opportunity to explain yourself. And you are telling us that what? It is not, you cannot say yes or no. Someone who cannot say yes or no, respectfully, is lying. And that is why you cannot choose between yes or no. And you are under oath, remember. You have come to dispute the reports the auditors have put in here. You are saying that the stores received advice was not dated 12th October and that you have one that is dated December 10th. The auditors are saying the vehicles were not there. You said something contrary to that the vehicles were brought, you saw them, you inspected, you signed for them, and later you asked the person to come and take the vehicle away because the person said they were afraid, the supplier said they were afraid.
Now, as a deputy defense minister, and as a deputy minister for defense, Honorable Boja Jemfi, Ewe say osre. Cars ne ono oba office in May. In March 2025, and Oba office. After the time Oba office, no. Na car be aside the hot, no crab, a car be aside anywhere at the time Oba office, no. And then the cars need the hot.
Honorable Chair, the vehicles are not available. I was at the ministry March last year. I didn't see the vehicles.
So respectfully, should it take your minister to answer a question?
And there's also one and say. We who my friend is saying inspection reports no say nkofo inspect here enipa ba kwako 4 and e ko gina ho and inspect a cars no but picture be anyone we betimi ache say car no nie na nurse Ministry of Defense and my nipa simesi wo picture ni mu ana mu inspect picture be any
on this particular issue because I think per the arrangement when goods are received they are kept at the stores, which means it will still be under the control of the procurement director. But if there was an officer who had custody of the items, it would have been easier to get the story validated. Another issue is that I have seen the inspection report, but I do not see any pictures to see even how the vehicles look like and all that. And so it's also one thing that we must improve upon so that every inspection must come with pictorial evidence of what exactly were inspected. So these may be helpful in preventing such occurrence.
Minister, please, respectfully, I want to find out who inspected the vehicles and then who signed the documents that they have received the vehicle.
Well, Honorable Chair, when I checked, I think there was a representative from procurement, one from internal audit. I believe there were about 4. Transport. Stores and transport. There were about 4 officers that did the inspection.
So I don't know, say, so what's here, right? Officers 4. Officers, back 4. Back 4. And I inspect cars no. And almost signing inspection reports no. And almost jina so. And the issue into inspection also on the 5th of December 2024. You got to about on the 7th of December 2024. Cars no and medium same, but omo issue a store's receipt advice on the 10th of December 2024. Sa time no na ya to aba ama na ye clear say abaya ete so no e be be fiso. Esu no mo issue a store's receipt advice. Ediama supplier no wa bra cars no enni ho.
And the inspection happened, the report as I saw was 5th December. And the store receipt.
What year, please? 5th December.
5th December 2024.
2024.
Yes. And then 5 days later is when the store's receipt was issued, which was 10th December.
So the main issues here, they say, first of all, Oma falsify stores receipt, my friend is saying, vouchers no. I chess a cars in warm possession. Na send your bay on what Ministry of Finance, not Ministry of Finance, a release funds no, and they are mass supplier no, because the cars were not in their possession. Secondly, the purpose for which the cars no move procure no, or when your cars no for sa purpose no, the 2024 elections and after so border surveillance no. The cars never served the purpose, the cars never arrived, the cars were with the supplier.
The audit issue here is falsification of store receipt vouchers. 2, the vehicles in question were supposed to be used for monitoring of the 2024 elections and border surveillance. As far as I understand, this is so critical to the military. So even if you received the vehicles on the 5th of December, how come it took 10 additional days, 5 additional days for the store receipt vouchers to be issued? How come they weren't deployed for the very primary reason you bought them? So there are a lot of questions on this. And falsification of receipts at the Ministry of Defense is unthinkable. And so, Honorable Chair, I think there must be something else on this particular infraction.
Compelling issue that advice, and then a compelling or core management honomo, more extended supply and a contract for according to Mr. Kodono. Ochie say supplier no, friend no, text no, bombarding with messages say mo beto, mo betuaka, osuro ni sika, hwana ni sika akoko kem, nti no, and enam so nti ode mass advice. So he personalized the transaction whilst he wasn't supposed to do so.
Mr. Chair, what prompted me was the fact that the releases to pay for the vehicles was not done. And the supplier continued pestering, calling, sending messages and all that about his convincing that he will be paid. And looking at the situation, with my experience, I suggested to management that since the contract is still valid, let's get the supplier to agree so that we can extend the contract and let him keep the vehicles for us until funds are released for us to pay. So that in the case of having the vehicle, if anything happens, it will not be the responsibility of the ministry.
Now, let's do some quick math here, right? No more per 6 vehicles.
How many were the vehicles? In fact, if you can't tell us where the vehicles are, at least tell us how many they were.
Mr. Chairman, there were 6 vehicles.
Sorry?
6 vehicles, sir.
16.
6. 6. Yeah, 6.
And till date, Madam Chair, till date, we don't know where the vehicles are. So for me, my demand is that the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources should interdict this man. It should be interdicted.
Yeah, 1 minute. What kind of vehicles were you going to purchase for this?
They were Suzuki Grand Vitara vehicles.
Pardon?
Suzuki Grand Vitara vehicles.
So 6 of them for 4 point something million.
Suzuki Grand Vitara vehicles. 6 for pickups or
No, they are SUVs.
SUVs.
Yes.
Oh, okay, the mini. For 4.8 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
What's the unit price? Divide that by.
So, what was the price for one, please? I mean, once this infraction you've been cited for this infraction, you should come prepared with the documents. Don't you have copies of the purchase agreement? Don't you have the costs involved and everything? Because you knew we were going to speak to it. Yes, I'm waiting.
What?
Mr. Kodo, respectfully, can you let us know? Did you come with any documents or it's all in your head? If it's in your head, can you share with us? Sir, we are waiting for you.
Respectful Chairman, I can't remember the figure of head, the unit price of head.
You can't remember offhand, but yet you knew you were going to answer to it. Respectfully, can we discharge him to go get the documents and bring to us? Yes.
Now, sa vehicles we know, sika na Ghana etia diama sa supplier yi. 4.8 million Ghana cedis. Now, 4.8 million Ghana cedis no. Now, they say now you to every single car be 800,000 Ghana cedis. Take your pen and paper and do the math. So 800,000 Ghana cedis. It is scano 8 billion. Sa 6 and another year for sa 6 cars no. That cost Ghana or my Ghana. It is scano 48 billion. It is 48 billion no. And another was you for sa 6 vehicles no. Me see about your mass right now. At the time no, na Ghana $1 beer 14.79 Ghana cedis. $1 beer 14.79 Ghana cedis. So that means say not every single Suzuki Grand Vitara SUV be a to the Ministry of Defense no. Now cost Ghana $54,000. $54,000. But guess what? Saoko Suzuki for cars no. Omo assemble bi wo Ghana ha say sa Grand Vitara no. Omo outlet e wo Ghana ha say omo assemble bi ton wo Ghana ha say ya. Right. Price range you know. The list $22,330. Premium of the Grand Vitara they say from Suzuki no. $42,350. Premium no $42,350. So you have $54,000. Now it's say 42,000 considering say oh the FN is 42,400 cra and now the MPFN is 44,000 cra from the premium. That means say $10,000. $10,000. And that every single castle. $10,000 that every single castle if the payment had gone through. If the payment had gone through, that means for every single car, that Ministry of Defense no procure no $10,000 and now that's $10,000 at the time no. Say in fact exchange rate impo say 14 Ghana cedis at the time. Our mu issue stores received advice now. That means say 1.4 billion is cano. And that every single castle and fast one neighbor on every single car. Sasi cano na buto. That is the big question you should ask yourself. As at the time, na omurie with Ministry of Defense no, na Public Accounts Committee no, as suggested so mon konkofa and krata fasa contract we na ho embra. Na afi so omunya ya, omo invite ni papa kwakofo no a signing inspection report no. Omo invite omo pie our Public Accounts Committee no any. But we just an example of another case perhaps. This is the country we live in. I wish Senke Beko baby. Na ye who no clear was anymore. Of course, the payment didn't go through. The cars were never received. The cars supplier no sign for another. So one would think, say, okay, I'm going to buy some more inspecting man who say cars thing or ho. And umujina so the issue receipt no. Maybe later, the cars now brought, but the cars never arrived. The receipt never went through. But the fact said the transaction was personalized, and the fact said the profit margin on every single car is about $10,000. And that is because I'm even thinking, say, we are going for the premium of the Grand Vittura from Suzuki. No? Maybe a profit margin, yes, sir. But perhaps we will come deep. Maybe a profit margin of $15,000 on every single car. I had August 24. This is a country we live in. And so, dear Chan, ye na ye be kwa sorry. Ye na ye be kwa masalachi. Ye na be kwa kugunsa. Think about it. Magraheb.